everybody, welcome to our 15-minute balance focus flow. I'm going to actually lead you through a few different series as opposed to one big class or session, and everything in this session is going to be standing. Also, you can modify this by using a chair or even standing close to a wall as we go through this. I always say that you can flirt with something, and what I mean by that is sometimes we just need to feel the presence of like a wall beside us or a chair beside us or our countertop beside us to kind of settle in and feel a little bit more comfortable. So don't be surprised if you stand close to something and then you maybe don't even need to touch it. But if you do, that's totally fine. I'm going to work on two main things as we go through this. So one, I want you to really think about the principle of calmness over stillness, okay? So it's a big misconception that when you see people do a yoga pose or a balance pose of some sort, that they're just like in this zen, quiet state. And quite often that's not the case. I mean, sometimes it comes pretty naturally, but other times it's almost that duck on water kind of scenario where you appear to be really poised and held together, but inside you're feeling all kinds of different things. I usually reference it to like vibrations. Don't be surprised if you constantly feel a little vibration in whatever limb is supporting you, or even in your abdomen or in your glutes. But it's all about bringing it back to the breath and sort of relaxing as best we can. Try to not hold your breath at all. And if that means coming out of the pose a little bit, then I would prefer that over this tenseness. I see it all the time where people, when they get into a balance pose, they get this like stress through their whole body. Okay, so we want to avoid that. I'm also going to work on, like I said, little short series. And the reason is because if you think about it, and this is off the mat, this is in normal life, not often do people fall from standing still, right? So it's not as often that somebody is standing there and then whoosh. What it is, and where yoga and practicing balance can really help us, is in these short bursts of coordination where we need to transition and we need our body, our mind, and our muscles to like connect that fast. And so those are the ways through yoga that we can practice balance, and hopefully that really connects with us when we need it most, the slip, trip, and fall scenario. So I call them the catch muscles. And so we're going to use some little transitions as we go through, not as much stillness and holding steady as maybe you envisioned this session to be about. Okay, enough about that. We're going to start just in Tadasana or mountain pose. Okay, and you know, this is a really good balance in itself. And what we want to do is bring the feet really close together. Okay, so the inside edge of the feet is touching. Just hands out by your side, standing really tall here. You can close your eyes or keep them open. It's up to you. Just take a couple of breaths. And I just want you to notice as you're breathing your feet. So we will naturally stand in all different sorts of awkward ways. We're going to take a second and lift our feet. And we're going to find all four corners. So spread the toes and then see if you can work through just adjusting the feet so that all four corners of each feet, that means the mound of the big toe, the mound of the baby toe, the outer heel, and the inner heel are all making contact with the floor. Okay? Then we're going to apply the principle of that upward flow of energy that I look for in lots of ways throughout our yoga practice. Okay, so feeling really grounded and supported. Think of your feet as being like roots of a tree. Take a little bend in your knees and then stand tall all the way up through the crown of the head. See if you can find that energy all the way up the spine, bringing everything into a nice tall stack. Good, so Tadasana or mountain pose is going to be the starting pose for this first little series. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a deep breath in, reach our arms up, and with our exhale come down to chair pose, so bending the knees, bringing the hands to heart center. Okay, we're going to inhale and reach up, lift your left foot. Exhale, hands coming back beside us, Tadasana. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, chair. Inhale as you stand, see if you can lift your right foot. Exhale, let your hands come back beside you. Great job. Inhale, up. Exhale, bend your knees. Inhale, lift your left foot, maybe a little higher. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend your knees. Inhale, right foot up. Exhale, hands by your side. Excellent. Let's do once more each side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, chair pose. Inhale, this is actually called volcano, so knee lifting, left side. Exhale, hands by side. Great, last time, inhale. Exhale, chair. Inhale, right foot lifts. Exhale, mountain pose. Great job, that's number one. Number two, we're going to turn sideways here, or I'm going to anyways, maybe you're already this way on your mat. Okay, standing with the left foot as sort of our solid base, and then working back into our warrior poses. So this is going to be sort of a full cycle through, and I'll demonstrate once to get started. We're going to lift the right foot and take it forward. So swing it like a pendulum, and then step back, planting your foot at a 45-degree angle. Hips are going to stay square to the front. If you want to join me in arms overhead, we can. And then we're going to open up to warrior two towards the side, long side of our mat. From here, hands to heart center. We will bend the back knee. Remember, it's about the transition. Look forward on your mat and step all the way back to the front, feet together. Great job, hands to the hips. Let's go through that. Let's go twice, and I'll talk you through it with our breath. So standing nice and tall. Good, take a deep breath. Inhale, lift your toe forward. Exhale, step back. Warrior one, so set the feet. Inhale, open or lift arms overhead. Exhale, opening up. Warrior two. Let's take 2 deep breaths here. Good, hands are going to come to heart center. We will bend the right knee, look where you're going, step all the way to the front, feet nice and close together. Good job, guys. Inhale, lift your toe. Exhale, step back. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, warrior two. Hold here. Find a little strength and support. Check in with those feet. Make sure they're making contact with the mat as we did in our mountain pose. And then hands to the center of the chest. Bend your back knee. Look where you're going. Step forward. Feet together. Great job. We're going to switch sides. I'm going to turn around so that I don't end up facing away from you. So right foot is planted. Okay, we'll go through once slowly, and then we'll go through twice a little more quickly each time. So left foot's coming forward, and then we're going to step it back, planting our foot at a 45-degree angle. Okay, arms overhead. Warrior one. We will open to warrior two. Go ahead and do so. Bending through that right knee, keeping your gaze forward, and then hands to heart center. Back knee's gonna bend, look where you're going. Step forward, feet together. Good, okay, let's do that a couple times, matching with the breath. So take an inhale, swing the left foot to the front. Exhale as you step back. Warrior one, arms overhead. Deep breath in, and as you exhale, warrior two. Couple of breaths here, guys. Good job, hands to heart center. Bend your back knee, step all the way to the front. Great job. Hands to the hips. Inhale, swing forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, arms overhead. As you exhale, open up, warrior two. Take a breath. Good job, hands to heart center. Bend your back knee, look where you're going. Step to the front, feet together. Mountain pose. Good job. So you can see how moving through, like I said at the beginning, short bursts of coordination, that'll help you get more steady. So the final little series that we're going to do involves twisting, okay, or revolving, moving our body towards our front leg is how you can think of it. So we will start with right foot forward, okay, left foot back. Just take a second here to step back. See if you're able to keep yourself balanced here. And you can progress in a couple of different ways. I always suggest that you don't have your feet like you're on a tightrope. Instead, think of your feet being on skis. So go a little bit more towards the edges, outside edges of your mat. Okay, use the mat as a guide to set yourself up. So toes forward, heels back. Now, another thing, depending on flexibility, your feet might be closer together than mine are. Okay, we want our hips to be square to the front. Maybe have a chair in front of you. That would be a good way to modify this. We're going to reach our arms up overhead. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, start to fold forward. This is called pyramid. And we're just going to come into a forward fold. So if your fingertips come to the floor as mine do, then this would be great. And if they don't, you can block them up, or you can come to a chair in front of you. Okay, similar to this. So just take a couple of breaths here. It's a great stretch for the hamstrings. Try to pull the right hip back. And then we're going to open our arms or move our arms like a pendulum. So just follow your breath, go slow and try to be steady as we do this. So we're going to keep the right foot down to start with. As you inhale, open your left arm up. And then we're going to switch. So bring that left hand down, open right arm. Couple times. Stay steady on your feet. Opening the left. And opening the right. Good job. Both fingertips down to the floor. Bend your front knee here. Shift your weight forward. So all of our weight is in this right foot. Let's take our hands behind our back. Just an opportunity to stand up using our back and our shoulders, opening our chest. Good job. Step forward. Other side. So come into pyramid with the legs. Again, lots of variables here. This is a balance position in itself. Great way to train what I call the catch muscles. So your slip, trip, and fall. Okay? Go as close together with your feet as you need to, and you can widen your stance to feel a little more solid. Hands can just come to the hips here. Just see how you feel. Remember the feet, that is paramount to all yoga poses, but certainly when we're talking about balance, to make sure we're not standing just on one little tiny corner of our foot. Okay? Slowly start to fold forward. Oh, we can take an inhale, reach up while we do that. As you exhale, fold forward. So I'm going to do this side on the chair. We'll just hold here in this pyramid stretch for a second. So drawing this left hip back. Enjoying the little hamstring stretch that comes. And then we'll get into our revolving twist. So we'll keep the left hand down, inhale, open the right. And then start to move your body, switch sides here. Open the left. Switch. Right. Good job. to the center. Excellent work. So bend your front knee. Okay, our weight is forward, so we feel fairly solid. Reach your hands behind your back. Try to draw your knuckles to the floor as you lift your chest up. Good work, everybody. Okay, we're gonna finish off. I'll let you pick what side. We're just gonna do one side as we close out the class. One solid or stationary balance pose. And so I chose tree because that's the most sort of recognizable through yoga. So standing with whichever foot you want to be your base, I want you to think of this as being like an anchor or a pillar of strength, okay? So from the foot, being really intentional about the strength in your supporting leg. We're gonna remind ourselves for a second here about the breath, about being calm, okay? And then your opposite foot is gonna come, just start with touching the toe down, bringing the heel in. Hands to heart center, hands to the hips. Hands out beside you. Whatever you feel you need to do here. If you want to progress and come into a higher tree pose, then go ahead and do that. Just try to concentrate with your eyes, find a point of reference, and just try to ride out the little rocks and rolls, the waves that come through the body as we hold in this tree pose. So I'm going to invite you to stay here. Challenge yourself, maybe do the other side once we're done, but for the purpose of this session, that is all I have got. I'm going to close things out, thumbs to forehead, kind thoughts, to mouth, kind words, and to chest, kind hearts. Namaste, my friends. Happy balancing. See you soon.